I want to go through this really quick for the audience. The headlines. Donald Trump regains power. Front page of the Washington Post. Trump's stark vision. Washington Times. Trump's vows golden age. Kane, the floor is yours.
Yes, sir. So Trump was dead, Charlie. That's the thing we need to remember. You know, these last 3 days were eat and drink and celebrate, and now we go to work. Today we go to work, and it's important to remember with the new golden age and all the joy and excitement from the past 72 hours that Trump was dead in the water. Murdoch had banned him from Fox News. Any live appearances on Fox News weren't allowed because he might dare mention the steal. This all happened after January 6th. As you and I know, because we talked about it all the time on your show, he was tied in the polls with DeSantis, right? The billionaire donors had turned their back on Trump 2 years ago. The Davos crowd declared that populism was dead, Charlie. They said it was dead and gone, and Trump with it. So this guy rose from the grave. He never stopped fighting. I view Trump as an athlete, okay? I view him as a guy who doesn't like to lose. He never likes to come in second. So it never even occurred to me that he wouldn't run again to sort of clear his name. But no one else thought he was going to do it or thought he could do it. So that sort of needs to be the backdrop for those amazing headlines that you just showed and you've been chronicling it every single day. And I know you remember that stuff 2 years ago. There was serious doubt about President Trump. So it's a testament to MAGA Nation. It's a testament to the viewers. It's a testament to, populism is about the people. It's about the people pushing and forcing action. It's not sort of a typical political philosophy. And I really feel like it was the people that made this happen and made it happen for President Trump. So it's just a great day.
Kane, let's go back in time. You and I really grew close during the kind of dark night of the soul. Before what we see here on screen, President Trump dancing at the ball. He wasn't dancing a year and a half ago, Kane, when you and I were chatting. Talk about how dark things looked.
Yeah, I sent you a 3 a.m. Yeah, I sent you a 3 a.m. text. I think that's sort of famous. We talk about it sometimes. I saw, it was 6 months or so before the first indictment, and we saw it coming, and we didn't know exactly how to react. It was probably was part of the reason that Trump wasn't doing especially well in the polls, that he was tied with DeSantis. In addition to the donors turning their backs on him, is people didn't know how the base would respond when the indictments came, right? So you and I, we got nitty gritty into the polls, and we were trying to analyze all of this stuff ahead of time. What is the first indictment going to do to him, right? So that cleared. We looked at the polls 2 or 3 weeks later, and he was still fine. In fact, he was a little bit stronger. So you and I got a little bit more optimistic. The second indictment, the third indictment, it was the same thing. Trump seemed to grow strength. I remember Vivek being the only candidate who showed up in the Florida indictment. Vivek went down to Florida and gave a little press conference there, an impromptu press conference. We didn't know how the other candidates were going to react. We didn't know how the voting public, and we started to see that Mandela effect, as you coined it. That Trump was getting more popular, that even the never-Trumpers were starting to see that, and independents included in that, we're starting to see that this was lawfare. This was they're attempting to keep the people's candidate out. So we watched him gain strength. And I know we were guessing the whole way, Charlie. We were looking at tea leaves. We were reading these polls, trying to figure out if Trump was going to lose strength, how this was playing out, these indictments with the independents, right? That was really what we worried about, was the independent voters. And so for all of it to turn out well, and I started to say at the beginning of this broadcast, there's a great tweet that Charlie put up. Charlie never stops working, and he never stops worrying. That's something people don't know, and it's a good thing to never stop worrying. And I think Charlie finally took a deep breath as the inauguration happened, and you put that tweet up, and people really, really loved it.